Okay, here's a second quick video to explain something that I didn't see and catch till later, but you'll see these type of problems. Okay, remember we talked about, like if you have the fourth root of x, you can write this when you have a radical, right? This is a radical. You can write it as an exponent of x to the power, not of 4, of 1/4, like that, right? If you have the square root of x, it would be, remember if it's a square root of x, there's a 2 there. There's a 2 there, they're not going to write, but it's x to the power of 1/2. It's always a fraction. This part, this radical part, will be the fraction, like the number that goes in the denominator. Just remember that. It's 1 over. Okay, so now you're going to have something like this. What if you have like x cubed and then a 4 like this? What is the fourth root of x cubed? Or how do you write that in exponential form? Okay, well again, remember this part is your fraction part. This part with the radical is your fraction part. So really this is x to the power 3, and this is not a 4, it's a 1/4. Remember that? It's a 1/4. The radical is this fraction part. And then what do you do when you have a power here raised to another power? You multiply. You multiply these. Well, really, if you pay attention here, 3 is really 3 over 1. And the 4, the 1/4 is 1 over, it was 1 over 4, yeah. So pretty much just keep this in mind. The radical is the number that's going to be in the bottom. And this other number that you have here, when you multiply these, it'll end up in the top. See, it'll be 3/4. Right, the 4 where the radical is in the bottom, the denominator, and this other number will be on the top. But this is the reason why. Okay, let's do another one real quick like this. So what if I have m fifth root m squared, the fifth root of m squared. Okay, you got to convert that to, again, because we want to use bases and exponents. We don't want these radicals. So that would be what? M squared. And remember, this radical is your what? Is a fractional. It's a fractional exponent, or they call another word for a fraction is a ratio or rational exponent. So that 5 is really going to be what? 1/5. See that part? Don't put a whole number 5. That fifth root is 1 over 5. But then you have that 2. And remember, when you multiply this, 2 over 1 times 1 over 5. See, that 2 will be on the top and the 5 is in the bottom. So that'll be 2 over 5, like that. Okay, so now for the problems for both, the problems for log, you'll see a problem like this. It says, let's say number 1, log 3 of the fifth root of, hi, good morning. The fifth root of x squared. Am I doing this right? Let's see. Let me check this. Okay, sorry. For this one is actually like a 3 right here. Let's say this is 3 squared. Sorry. So that would be a 3 squared. That'd be log 3 fifth root of, well, I'm just copying it. I'm copying it over again, but I still have to do what? Put equals x. Remember that? Yeah. So then that would be, now we've got to change this to exponential form. 3 to the power of x is equal to, well, remember this fifth root of 3 squared. That's going to be 3 to the power of x is equal to 3 squared raised to the 1/5 power. And that would be 3 to the x is equal to 3 to the 2/5, right? Because you multiply these, the 5 is in the bottom, and the denominator, and this other number, the squared, the 2 is in the top. And then once you have these bases to match, like we've been saying in the past couple of worksheets, you solve here, but it's already saying x equals 2/5. Okay, you're going to see more of these on the natural logarithm problems. Okay, so number 2, that'll be, remember, ln e 7th root of e4, something like that. Oh, remember, they don't even write this e. Remember, they won't even write that. Sorry, so then the problem will just look like this. Remember, for natural logarithms, they don't have to write the base. But now when you write this in, yeah, you do have to include or write this base, and then e to the 4th, the 7th root of e to the 4. So you're going to add this, and you're going to put equals x. And that'll be what? E to the power of x is equal to this, the 7th root of e4. And then now we change this radical to a fraction or a rational exponent. That'll be e to the x is equal to e4 to the power of what? 1/7. And so you're going to get e to the x is equal to e to the, and when you multiply this, remember the 4 is in the top, the 7 is in the bottom, 4/7. Okay? And now that I have the bases the same, this is equal. Okay, there it is. Good luck.